Thomas Tuchel says Jorginho and Edouard Mendy both to blame after Chelsea's defeat to West Ham. Thomas Tuchel believes Jorginho and Edouard Mendy were both at fault for West Ham's penalty and Chelsea's 3-2 defeat at the London Stadium on Saturday. Chelsea could lose their place at the top of the Premier League after throwing away the lead on 2 occasions against David Moyes' side. Thiago Silva had put Chelsea in front before Manuel Lanzini equalised from the penalty spot. Mason Mount restored the visitors' advantage before half-time, but goals in the second half from Jarrod Bowen and Arthur Masuaku sealed the win for West Ham. For the penalty decision in the first half, Jorginho played a loose ball back to Mendy, who was under pressure from Bowen and ended up bringing down the West Ham forward. And Tuchel admits his players have made too many individual mistakes in recent games. "I don't think we did a bad match, it was okay. We can win with this performance," Tuchel told BT Sport. "It is tough to play here, we did too many individual mistakes. We did already against Manchester United and Watford and got punished. If you want a result at this level you have to minimise mistakes. We talked about it before, it's obviously not helped." When asked about West Ham's penalty award, Tuchel said, "Everybody is involved. The pass from Jorginho is not the best decision to pass this ball back. The orientation is not the best, we can save it. Decision-making is also not the best from Edouard Mendy in this moment, and then suddenly you concede. You score a second one and lead at halftime. We created a lot of half chances. We had a lot of chances in the box. Sometimes you need a bit of luck, maybe with a deflected shot or a loose ball that falls to our feet. This is what we did not have. I think the second goal from West Ham is a goal you can concede, but the third one is a strange one, and in general, like the 2 big chances in the first half, it's completely individual mistakes. We couldn't finish it with clear chances and be more ruthless. Struggled also in defending in some situations, like when Thiago cleared the ball on the line. It's right after our goal we had a horrible pass back into the feet of the opponent. You cannot do this at this level. This is top 4 Premier League level. This is way too many mistakes. It's impossible to make so any mistakes and expect a result." Thomas Tuchel confirms injuries for Kai Havertz and Marcos Alonso. Thomas Tuchel has revealed Kai Havertz was left in huge pain after being forced off injured during Chelsea's defeat to West Ham United, with Marcos Alonso also carrying a knock. Havertz was left in discomfort following a challenge from former teammate Kurt Zouma during the first half at the London Stadium, limping off for treatment shortly after. The Germany international did not emerge for the second half, with Romelu Lukaku on to replace him. Alonso, deputising for the injured Ben Chilwell, was also forced off during Saturday's 3-2 defeat in East London, with Christian Pulisic on to replace the Spaniard after 72 minutes. Tuchel confirmed post-match that both changes were enforced, with injuries in his squad mounting at an alarming rate. Kai has huge pain. Marcos has back pain. It's another 2 substitutes, 2 injuries. We have to deal with it, Tuchel said in his post-match press conference. In addition to Chilwell, Chelsea lost Trevoh Chalobah to a hamstring issue during the midweek win over Watford, with N'Golo Kante and Mateo Kovacic also on the injured list. Reece James and Jorginho did return to the squad on Saturday after recent knocks, but the Italy midfielder is still carrying a hip issue. Defeat to West Ham saw Chelsea miss the chance to extend their lead at the summit of the Premier League and could finish the weekend in third if Manchester City and Liverpool win their games against Watford and Wolves respectively. Thomas Tuchel has no idea when N'Golo Kante will be fit again as Chelsea injuries continue to mount. Thomas Tuchel says he has no idea when N'Golo Kante will be fit again, with injuries mounting at Chelsea. The France international sat out of Saturday's 3-2 defeat to West Ham United, a game where the Blues also lost Kai Havertz and Marcos Alonso to injury. Kante has now missed Chelsea's last 3 games with a knee problem, with his presence greatly missed in East London as Thomas Tuchel's side fell to their second league defeat of the season. Mateo Kovacic is also currently unavailable, and while Jorginho did return to the side on Saturday, the Italy international is still carrying a hip problem, leaving the Chelsea boss with major issues in midfield. I actually have no idea when he will be back, and we are missing not only N'Golo, also Mateo Kovacic since 5 or 6 weeks ago," Tuchel said in his post-match press conference. "Jorgi is playing with hip pain for many matchdays and you can see it. That is the situation." Pushed on when Kante will be available again, Tuchel refused to name a date or fixture and insisted the Frenchman will not be rushed back. "It is not interesting what I think. He plays when he is back. He has a long way to go. If I say now he plays at Zenit and he doesn't play, then that doesn't help. I take care of the injured players. N'Golo has not been on the pitch since Juventus." Thomas Tuchel responds to call for Edouard Mendy to be dropped after Chelsea's defeat to West Ham. Thomas Tuchel has dismissed suggestions that Edouard Mendy should be dropped after Chelsea's 3-2 defeat to West Ham on Saturday. The Senegal international has established himself as one of the Premier League's best goalkeepers since his £22 million move from Rennes last year. But the 29-year-old had a game to forget against West Ham at the London Stadium as he gave away a penalty in the first half by bringing down Jared Bowen following Jorginho's loose back pass. Mendy was then caught out for West Ham's winner in the 87th minute as he could not adjust quickly enough to keep out Arthur Masuaku's miss-hit cross. But despite his errors, Tuchel is adamant that Mendy will keep his place during Chelsea's busy winter schedule. When asked if he will consider dropping Mendy by beIN Sports, Tuchel shook his head and replied, "I don't think so." Tuchel has also called on his Chelsea players to reduce individual mistakes, following their second loss in the Premier League this season. 5 goals conceded in 3 games is not the problem. 3 in 1 game is the problem, said Tuchel. The problem is the goal we conceded against Man United was a big mistake by ourselves. We gave the goal against Watford away by a big mistake. Today was the same. If you do this, if we constantly give goals away by big mistakes, we cannot have results on the highest level. We hate to lose, it happened today, we know why. We need to stay focused, reduce individual mistakes, then we will have results. Thomas Tuchel admits he was forced to call upon Romelu Lukaku during defeat to West Ham. Thomas Tuchel has revealed he was forced to call upon Romelu Lukaku after injuries struck again against West Ham United. The Belgium international has been recovering from an ankle injury suffered in October, used as a second-half substitute in Chelsea's last 2 games against Manchester United and the win over Watford in midweek. Tuchel has been wary of overloading his players heading into the busy festive period, with Ben Chilwell, N'Golo Kante and Mateo Kovacic among those already sidelined, with Kai Havertz and Marcos Alonso also coming off with knocks in the 3-2 defeat to the Hammers. And the German revealed post-match he was very reluctant to call upon Lukaku after his recent layoff, insisting the decision to bring him on was not a tactical one. Tuchel told beIN Sports, "No, we did not try to find another dimension. We had to make the change because we have another injured player, Kai Havertz." Tuchel added, "He cannot start the match now because he is not match ready." When asked what he thought of the striker's performance, the Chelsea boss said, "It's not about talking about individual players and not about Romelu now. Lukaku has scored 4 times in his 14 appearances since returning to Stamford Bridge, with his last goal coming against Zenit St. Petersburg in September. We must keep our head up." Thiago Silva sends defiant message to his Chelsea teammates after West Ham loss. Thiago Silva has urged his Chelsea teammates not to dwell on the past after they suffered a disappointing 3-2 Premier League defeat to West Ham on Saturday. A Silva header and a stunning Mason Mount volley either side of a penalty from Manuel Lanzini looked to put Thomas Tuchel's side in control of the match. But second-half goals from Jared Bowen and an Arthur Masuaku cross-come shot gave the Hammers all 3 points and in turn meant that Chelsea suffered just their second top-flight defeat so far this season. The result saw the Blues, who started the day at the top of the Premier League table, drop to 3rd after Manchester City and Liverpool both picked up victories. But veteran defender Silva admitted that he thought a draw would have been a fairer result, while also urging his teammates not to feel sorry for themselves heading into their games against Zenit St. Petersburg on Wednesday and Leeds United on Saturday. "Normally it would have been a draw," Silva said. "It's not like West Ham created lots of opportunities, we gave them 2 goals. We have to take more care because that's 2 or 3 matches now where we have given the opposition a goal. But we played okay, we kept the ball well and tried to control the match. The first and third goals were a bit unlikely, a bit difficult to explain. I don't think the third was a shot, he was trying to cross the ball and it went in the goal. It's the first time this season we have conceded 3 goals in the same match. We played much better than we did in the game before, at Watford. But a team on our level can't allow them to win a match like that, one we had under control. It's difficult to take this defeat, but we must keep our heads up. It's not only physically difficult this league, it's mentally difficult. There are a lot of matches at the moment, a lot of injuries, not just for Chelsea, and it's the most intense league in Europe. You have to make changes, and you can pay a little bit for that, but it's not an individual sport, it's a collective one. We must keep our head up and get ready for the next match that's coming, because we can't change what's happened, but we can change the future.
That is all Chelsea News today. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much.